A coup d'etat looks like chaos. Tanks in the street. Gunfire. A president disappearing overnight. But almost every successful coup in modern history was decided weeks before a single shot was fired in a meeting about money. So who actually pays for a coup? And why does the answer almost always lead to a foreign government? A coup isn't free. You need loyalty from soldiers who could just as easily report you. You need fuel for vehicles, ammunition, and a plan for what happens if it fails at Euro, because if it fails, you're executed, not demoted. That means a plotting officer needs two things money can buy: silence from the people who could stop him, and speed before anyone reports him. Both of those cost more than a colonel's salary can cover. This is where outside powers come in. During the Cold War, both the US and the Soviet Union treated African militaries as investments. Whoever controlled the officer corps controlled the country's vote at the UN, its ports, and its resources. The arrangement was simple. A foreign government would quietly fund a friendly officer, fast-track his promotions, and guarantee him protection if things went wrong. In return, the new government would lean toward that foreign power trade deals, military bases, mineral rights, UN votes. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's documented policy. Declassified files from both the US and Soviet archives show direct funding of African officers throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Meanwhile, the sitting president has his own financial logic. Many post-independence leaders inherited weak treasuries and used state resources to buy loyalty, directly paying senior officers well above their official salaries to keep them close. This created two militaries inside one army: officers personally loyal to the president because he paid them, and officers who felt underpaid, overlooked, or ideologically opposed exactly the group a foreign backer would look to recruit. The president wasn't just running a government. He was running a retention problem. When a plotting officer finally moves, speed matters more than force. Most coups don't try to defeat the army, they try to seize the radio station, the president, and the capital before the rest of the military can decide which side to join. This is the moment that decides everything. What does the loyalist general do? Defend a president who may already be losing, or stand aside and wait to see who wins? Historically, most officers in this position choose neither loyalty nor betrayal, they choose to wait. And a coup that isn't immediately crushed in the first hours usually succeeds, simply because no one was willing to be the one who fought for the losing side. The coup succeeds. The new leader owes two debts at once. He must pay the soldiers who backed him immediately, or risk a second coup against himself, and he must deliver whatever he promised his foreign backer. The population, meanwhile, is rarely consulted in any of this. They experience the coup as a curfew, a new face on television, and a vague promise of change while the actual transaction happened entirely above their heads. Not every coup succeeds, and the economics explain why. A coup that can't immediately pay its own soldiers loses their loyalty within days. A coup without a foreign backer often can't survive international isolation, frozen accounts, suspended aid, withdrawn recognition. The coups that lasted decades were rarely the most violent ones. They were the ones that solved the payroll problem. So the next time you see a coup on the news, the tanks aren't the story. The story is whoever was paying for them long before the cameras arrived. Who do you think is funding the next one? Tell me below.